I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledged knowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawn. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people on place to be. What's good? It's number one Chief Rock and Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy, and welcome to the premier Knicks in the Nighttime show. I'm the number one Chief Rocker and Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. Salute, 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 salute. Man, Andios is in the building. What's good? Cowboy Bob is in the building. Allah Wise is in the building. What's good, everybody? Man, feel good, man. Got a win. Got back in the win column, man. It feels great to be back in the win column. Feels great to be back in the win column. So the Knicks are 2-1 after the All-Star break. The Knicks are 2-1 after the All-Star break. That feels good. Oh, yeah, it feels so good. Right? Don't matter how we got there. Don't matter how we got there. All that matter is that we got there. At the moment, the Knicks are 35-23 with 24 games left to go. The Knicks are 20-9 at home, 15-14 on the road. The Knicks are a game and a half ahead of the Philadelphia 76ers, 2.5 over Miami and Indiana, and 3 over Orlando. The Knicks are in a good spot. The Knicks are a game and a half behind Milwaukee, and surprise, surprise, the Knicks are only 2.5 games out of the 2 seed. Let's get that energy up. I see Cowboy Bob in the chat. Let me throw the thing out here, man. See what Cowboy Bob want to do. Let me see what Cowboy Bob want to do, man. Oh, man, this has been a long day, y'all. Man, it's been a long day, man. It's been a super long day. Are you excited? Are you excited to be a Knicks fan knowing that you are, despite what you look like on the floor, you are 2.5 games behind Cleveland? I know we want to complain, right? Oh, man, Tibbs did this, and Precious didn't do that, and Dante didn't do this, and Precious, and Dante, man, gotta. Hey, y'all, listen. We're 2.5 games behind Cleveland. I think we have to RELAX. We got to relax.
Good evening. Good evening. Actually,
Cowboy Bob, what's good, man?
Morning, how you doing?
Yeah,
Morning, Scott.
I'm good.
Man, feels good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it feels good, man. 2-1 after the All-Star break, bro.
Yep, that's a good thing. We moving on the right pace. Don't
The
matter
only
who we
team we
beat.
lost to was the best team in the NBA.
Yep. And here's the funny thing. I don't even think they got more than 13 losses.
Yeah. I would say they're
So
pretty good.
yeah, they doing what they gotta do.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad that we try. I mean, tonight it showed a lot, but the effort was there, and I'm actually proud. So let's keep it. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So do you have a takeaway from tonight's game though?
Yeah, I got a lot. Like first quarter, I saw that we were kind of the way our offense was set up. We were playing the three ball more. Like nobody was really down low banging with the paint until Precious was like forced to do it early in the first. If you also look at our defense, we kind of let them wide open. We drew a lot of fouls. They got to the foul line. I mean, these little tic tac things we do all the time. But what kept us in the game was our second chance opportunities. We stuck behind Brunson. We stuck behind our team, and we actually overcome. So even though that everyone's saying it's Detroit, Detroit got more to play for than we do. What hurts more, Detroit loss or Nick victory? And Cade was on point, going like I think he went like 5 for 6 in the third. He had like 22 points. And I wish we went and got him, like you said. Remember when we had that conversation
Yeah,
about trading
Cade was
Grimes?
probably the best player on the floor tonight.
And you called it. You said, hey, instead of Ivory, would you take Cade? I said, yeah, I'll take Cade. His size, he got 2 blocks, he got steals. Like, he was all over the place. And
Yeah.
when they rested him, they tried to make it look like Grimes was the next up and comer. And I didn't like that because everybody was, oh, Grimes is doing. Grimes knows our playbook. Grimes knows what we're doing. He's the defensive guy we practiced against. So, of course, him, Fournier, all of those guys, Flynn, are going to know what to do because they have already seen the system.
Right.
So, to me, it was a good game. I like Hart. I saw, okay, one thing I did see, I didn't like about Hart was that he was trying to do too much, but it worked out in his benefit. And Brunson, last time we spoke, I started noticing since you said Brunson, he likes I forgot what you said, he likes the ball, the cocoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said he liked the cocoa. Well, tonight I actually saw him driving, looking for foreign iHeart in the corner, taking a shot in the first quarter. I see his head starting to look around as he's going up. So maybe he heard you, huh?
Yeah. Or maybe he heard me, right? Or maybe he's still in love with the cocoa.
Yeah. I like his
Yeah.
assist though tonight too, though.
Yeah, I mean, how can you say he's not in love with the cocoa when that man took 26 shots?
I'm not knocking it. Hey, he's the main offensive player we have. He has to do that. But then the thing is who else do we have? I say Dante. Dante's the third in 3-point attempts, but he's getting worn down due to defense and playing both sides.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Dante had an excellent game, bro, in my opinion.
yeah. It
And,
was
and
down.
Dante, I ain't gonna lie. I think Dante is my favorite player when Randall's not around.
I could see that.
I mean, and that's my personal list. Everyone have their own personal list.
Mhm. I agree with. I like Dante. He shows something that we haven't had in a while. But with Brunson, I don't know what's going on with everybody talking about Brunson's better than Randall. Brunson, like the stuff I'm hearing, it's like him MVP. Him, I'm just like, don't get me wrong. He's putting up numbers like Melo. I gotta give him
Yeah,
credit for that. He's third like Melo, 118. Like he's doing it. He's the superstar. But we gotta remember, Randall was him too.
yeah.
Like we're basically looking at Melo and Brunson, and we're looking at Randall as an Amari Stoudemire. I hope this team is what we have to get over the hump.
Right. I'm not even gonna lie to you, chat. I'm not even gonna lie. Um, when Jericho Sims is getting more minutes than Deuce McBride, I'm concerned.
Mm, that is true.
It's just what it is. When Jericho Sims is getting more minutes than Deuce, I'm concerned. Right. And listen, I get the Deuce thing. Deuce is young and he's trying to come along. and all that stuff. But clearly, my man taking 26 shots against the Detroit Pistons and it's necessary. That may mean,
something's not working.
Yeah.
But like I honestly think that they're just using McBride right now as an option for Burks. Because you saw Burks get more minutes and he was more involved in the offense today than
Yeah,
he was.
I think Deuce needs to be more assertive, man.
Agreed. He needs to step up. That's why we extended you. I mean, that's why they extended you to Knicks. They did it for a reason. They saw something in you and you're not showing it. So I don't know what's going on with McBride and Sims, but the only constant I seem to see is that Hart playing first team and second team.
Right.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Right. Yo, King Ribby is in the building.
Salute
to the Bronx, New York. Salute. Pastor J is in the building. Salute and blessings to Pastor J. Pastor J is in the building. Salute to all the St. John's alum, all the Johnnies out here. Salute to all the Johnnies out here. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So I saw a lot of different things tonight, man. This basically, to sum up what I saw, is I think we all took Detroit for granted. And then when we realized we were in a dogfight, we had to kind of ratchet up our energy. We had to get our energy up.
Mm-hmm.
Salute to King Ribby and Alawaz and others, man, representing the Bronx to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Staten Island, Brentwood, Central Islip, New Rochelle, Yonkers, Mount Vernon, Harlem. Salute to Staten Island. Salute to Jersey City. Right? Salute to Newark, Passaic, Patterson. Yeah, man. Salute the Bronx River. So salute to all my family in Bronx River, all my family in Inwood. Salute to the anthem. The Bronx keeps on taking it. Salute for sure. Yeah, man. Somebody backstage. Cowboy Bob, can you see is somebody backstage?
Nah, I don't see.
Why you on the beat?
Yo.
Yeah.
Salute.
Yo, salute everybody.
Salute. King Ribby in the building. Ribby RM is in the building. Salute to the Bronx, New York.
No, I'm not from
Bronx
Bronx,
River.
man.
Salute to Fordham Road.
Brooklyn, man. Stand up, man.
You know you're gonna start a riot with that one.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
It's good, everybody. How y'all guys doing?
Good.
Nah, but y'all was talking about anything?
Yeah, of course we was talking about bro. We was talking about how the Knicks came out flat. We didn't have our energy up against Detroit.
Nah,
And then Detroit came out like they wanted to, you know what I'm saying? This was a big game for them. They wanted to knock off a contender. Like if they would have knocked us off, they would have did. You know how like You know how like you be in a losing streak and then you kiss a pretty girl
Mm-hmm.
and then your confidence just be up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like what it is for Detroit tonight. And I need to stop calling him Detroit, man. That's so disrespectful.
Yeah, that right.
But Detroit, man, if they'd have beat the Knicks tonight, a championship contender, they confident that young team confidence would have been way up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's why it's so heartbreaking for them to lose. You know what I'm saying? On the way that they lost. But you know, it's part of it, man. When you're young, you got to learn how to win these type of games. Right? You can't. Your coach can't go. Yeah, hey, listen, man. For Monty Williams, right? Monty Williams, former Knicks draft pick, Monty Williams. I got something for you. Monty Williams and all that blood clot crying.
Oh man, but I do got to give Detroit credit though. Their offense was different. They were doing more of a 1-2 pass, cut in, kick out. Like they were playing different than how we were, and they were also getting to the rack. They had like I think 16 free throws attempts, but at the end of the half, and they were shooting very high. I think they were like 57 or 60% in the first half. So they were doing really, really well. I just think our defense wasn't set up for it because, again, they got to the foul line. They attacked us downhill. To me, this looks like the same way with Houston. Most of the teams we are struggling with are teams who take limited three-pointers and don't rely on them, but are efficient because they shot 50% from three at the half. And they only shot 14, made 7. They didn't rely on the three ball. They relied on getting down low, getting those fouls, and that's what we got to work on our defense. That's why I think we struggled. The same way we struggled with Houston. We struggle with the three ball, and we struggle with a team downhill.
Okay. Ribby, what you think, man?
I think we in a deficit, like for real. I don't know what's gonna happen.
What you mean by deficit?
Not deficit, but I want our full team back because I don't feel confident. This stretch.
Okay. So you don't feel confident in the team leadership or like what?
You know, as far as like going forward.
Okay.
In the games we got coming up, in the teams we got coming up, because these teams is getting harder. So it's like, in our team at its current structure, it's not right now.
I think this is a test right now. Like this is our mini playoffs because the next 20 or so games, I think we got like 20, 27, I think. I'm not sure. But like the next 20 or so games we have, it's all a test to see how we're gonna do if these guys come back and how we're gonna do if they're not effective. For example, we get back Randall or OG. Let's say we get back OG. How effective is he gonna be defensively? We know he's gonna be great defense, but what about his offense? You see, so like there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts about it, but the best way we can do it is just hope that everybody knows their role because that's what they're doing right now. Bogues stepped up. Bogues even can't believe he tried to close out on a three-pointer, but he tried. You see what I'm saying? Like they're trying to figure this out. Even Hart stepped up. Like even though it wasn't, everybody wants it to be perfect.
Yeah, so it's harder.
Yeah, like, and even that last play, I was looking like, why are we doing all of this? Why are we rushing threes when we have 2 minutes left in the game? Why is Brunson not slowing it down like he did 2 games ago? Like, there's a lot of things they got to work out. So we work it out now. I think it'll show what we are going to be in the playoffs. I'm not down this team. I think we are more than a first team. With this team right now, we are more than a first round. We're exactly where we were last year, to me. Because they got fighting though. And in playoff games, even though that this one would have been close, let's say we play a team and they scrapping like this, try scrapping like that for 7 games. That's a hard fight game. You gonna walk out that dog fight bruised.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Wow, really, Soul Fingers?
So that's
Salute to Soul
so
Fingers.
Soulfinger has a clip. There's a clip of Soulfinger on Instagram, bro. It's the funniest joint I think I ever seen in my life, bro. Salute to Soulfinger, man.
Dude.
So there's a clip, man, when that man just went off, bro. It's hilarious. But with that said, bro, I think we're trying to occupy 3 places at once. Right? Like we're trying to be in the here and now. Right? Right. We're trying to be right now because no matter what happens in March, you can't worry about March until you finish with February.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I know that sounds crazy, but you know, it's like that song Mama used to say, "Take your time, young man." Mama used to say, "Don't you rush to get it." It's one of the things like you got to worry about today before you can worry about tomorrow.
Wow.
Right? Don't mess up today worrying about tomorrow. Right? And then when that time comes, you got to be ready. Right? When March finally gets here, finally when them dudes come back, you got to be ready when they get here. You got to hit the ground running, right? And then at the same time, you have to understand your place, right? You have to understand your place. Like right now, we 2.5 behind Cleveland, and we're wanting to be great. How about we catch Cleveland first? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Cowboy Bob up there, right and left-handed. That
Yeah,
must
I
be
have to. I'm taking notes.
that
Well,
must
how
be a
about
southern hemisphere thing, bro. When you cross the equator, you do everything the opposite. That's what it
Yep.
is.
Yep.
Okay.
I say we take it one game at a time.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
my perspective.
If we're gonna take it one game at a time, then we really got a problem with Hart. Because I seen Thompson, he was taking it to him, he was getting abused, and then even when he passed his minutes restriction, he still turned around, and we had to get Hart back in the game within the last 2 minutes. Like that he worries me. He's starting to worry me. Like, is he healthy? What's going on with Hart? Like, I know he's gonna play. I know he's gonna be there, but saying I don't think he should be on the court if he's hurt or if he's dealing with a neck injury.
So who gonna replace him?
That's a good question. Like I said, we got Sims, we got
No.
Precious. No. I'm answering. I said that's a good question. We got Sims.
Challenge.
We got Precious. And again, to go back to the other stuff that we have, we could go to small ball. And I keep saying small ball because it's an option. I don't like it, but it's a part of the game. That's like saying, hey, I don't like the fact that Josh Hart is as a 6'4", whatever he is, you want to call him a guard or a small forward. He's averaging more rebounds at his height than anybody else. 7 rebounds.
The announcer said at 6'6" from Villanova, Josh Hart.
When I saw it on the stat, it said 6'4" and under. And that includes Anderson, Holiday. I mean, I understand Ant-Man, Holiday, all of those guys. And I'm looking and I'm like, these guys are averaging 5, maybe 6. He's going down there with the big boys, 7.
Do you like Josh Hart or not? You like Josh Hart?
I do. I just like.
Yeah, man. Dre, what's good, bro?
Josh Hart saved my life. Josh Hart raised my credit score. Josh Hart lowered my car insurance.
Come on, man.
Josh Hart, look, Josh Hart.
No doubt, Josh Hart got me through college, bro.
Oh my god,
Josh Hart's a bum, man. Like, yo.
Yo,
For real,
yo.
man. Josh Hart christened my baby, bro. For real.
Yeah,
Y'all wildin', bro. Josh Hart performed at my bar mitzvah, bro. You gotta
Yo.
relax, bro.
Josh Hart helped me get my car half off.
Yeah.
He said half full.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Yeah. Josh Hart hooked me up with Fergie, bro. Josh Hart the man, bro.
Josh Hart introduced me to my girl.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, he a real dude, bro.
He's a
I'm
legend.
so glad we ain't paid him 18 mil now.
But I'm gonna keep it real. Like there ain't but so much I could legitimately take from this game. It was, to be absolutely honest, it was some of the worst basketball I've probably seen since the Lance Thomas days. You know what I'm saying? The Sasha Vujacic days. You know what I'm saying? Like it was some terrible basketball I was seeing tonight. And the last play, I mean, if I was a Pistons fan, I would be mad. But also watching the game is just like, yo, they had two opportunities to secure the ball and just hold it. And these dudes was just trying to run with the ball. Like, bro, just hold the ball. Like, at some and when Dante got to the ball, it was a loose ball when Dante got to it. And he actually touched the ball first. And they, damn well they're not gonna call nothing at that point. Right. Especially on the loose ball. We already see in the middle of games they let guys tackle guys for loose balls. In the middle of the games, low leverage times. You think they're gonna call it with 3 seconds left?
No.
Or 10 seconds? No. So I mean, throughout that game, there were at least 5 or 6 instances where there were bang bang type calls and they never called it. There was 3 or 4 times when Brunson tried to draw a charge, and you heard Alan Hahn say, "I like that they didn't call it." But I would have preferred the charge. I don't know about that.
But what about Cunningham shoving Brunson? They didn't call that neither.
I mean,
9 minutes into the game, they didn't call that.
They didn't call it, but I'm sure we got away with some shovels too. But at least they kept it. It might be hard to understand for the Pistons, but they actually were consistent.
Yeah. 3 ball.
They were actually
shot above 50%.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you help off of Fontecchio and then try to guard one of the Thompson twins for 3 for some reason, inexplicably. But I can't.
I ain't gonna. Josh Hart has a holiday in 5 third world countries, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Josh Hart is everything, bro.
Josh Hart is the 9th wonder of the world.
Josh Hart is the 9th wonder of the world.
We need a championship ring so this can stop.
The Knicks want to build that man a trophy, but they can't ever take a thing of him being still. That's Josh Hart, bro. That's Josh Hart, bro.
That's a good one.
He plays basketball like he got Tourette's. That's if Tourette's syndrome was embodied in a basketball player, it would be Josh Hart.
It would be Josh Hart. Josh Hart taunts his opponents in a foreign language, bro. Josh Hart is. I'm telling you, bro. Bro. I saw. Did you see? You know they had him mic'd up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was talking the entire game until the last play. I want to address this wave space. He lost the ball trying to dribble it. If you look at the replay, he tried to push the ball ahead for some reason instead of holding it. And me and Freezy, I was speaking to Freezy before he got on, and I was like, he's not a good free throw shooter. So I feel like the reason why he was trying to move the ball as soon as possible and he lost the ball in the process, he didn't want to get fouled.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think he just didn't want to get fouled, which is
he didn't want to lose the game.
1 for 2
and lost it anyway.
I mean, 2 for 4.
Yeah. I think he just didn't want to get fouled, and in that moment, he probably didn't know we had a foul to give.
Everything going so fast, right?
Yeah, he saw Cade Cunningham ahead of the play, and was like, "I need to get this ball out of here, hot potato." And before he could even completely grasp the ball, he was dribbling it ahead, and he lost it. and then Dante got his hand on the ball, and then he rolled up on a loose ball. It was legitimately a loose ball.
Yeah, he didn't have it until Dante
then-
knocked it and then hit him, and then that's when he made the contact. After Dante knocked the ball, then
Yeah,
he
after Dante
hit
hit
him
the
on
ball,
side.
he ran him into
Yeah.
the legs because their
Yeah.
momentums were converging.
And these are the type of, and I think what we're sleeping on too is these are the type of plays that championship contending teams tend to make. Right? You see the difference. Like you saw that play against a losing team in Detroit, and it looks like we bullied them and got the benefit of the whistle. But if you look at the Miami series that we lost in the playoffs, we were the team that was bending over at the waist, reaching while Miami Heat players were diving on the floor.
While Bam Adebayo was just knocking out players left and right.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
And so what I take from it, from 1 year to the next. You know how you take a picture in 6th grade and then you take a picture in 7th grade?
Mm-hmm.
You know, in that 6th grade picture, you up there, you got your mama haircut, but in 7th grade, you up there swagged out, you got like 4 hairs on your chin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You see the difference from 1 year to the next? That's where I think we are. And I know it sounds petty, right? I know it sounds petty, right? But Josh Hart's tears can cause a tsunami.
Freezy. Josh Hart's tears can cure cancer.
Oh yeah,
No.
I forgot. But he don't cry. So
Nah, but I saw some inconsistencies with Josh Hart. But I was glad him and Hartenstein was on the same page when he made that layup. So I'm just saying, like Unc said, sometimes you look at him and be like, Hart, why'd you do that? But then on the other side, you're like, you made up for it. He's like the son that you know. He's like the middle child to me. Always trying to say, hey, Dad, how you doing? I'm doing this for you. Yeah, we see you. Why is he always talking to me? He's like that. So I'm glad we got Hart.
It was that game was nauseating. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you like Bogues, how he played?
I mean, it's a give and take. It's a give and take with Bogdanovich, and I feel like he'll be more comfortable. Like he'd be easier to hide when we have OG. But when we don't have him, if his shot isn't on, it's usually on, but when it's not on, I think Tibbs is learning he has to have like a quick trigger in terms of pulling him out the game. Because sometimes there's good moments from him, but if the shot's not going in, it spirals into Evan Fournier territory.
I like the way he tries to give defensive effort though.
Yeah, he's physical for sure.
Yeah, he tries to give defensive effort, and you can tell he's not a defender, but he's trying. And so you're like,
that is a 35-year-old Slovenian.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's a 35-year-old shooter trying to play defense
against Cade and all of them.
Yeah.
My bad, Freezy, but I was seeing so much. Like, I saw a lot of stuff that was not in Quentin Grimes' character tonight.
Yeah. Like he all of a sudden grew a chest or something. He did some push-ups, had some muscle milk.
That man was taking contact layups,
quick three,
attempting layups with his left hand.
That quick three to tie the game,
trying to be clutch.
I don't know why that man's not. I don't know why he's not starting, bro. You gotta ask Monty not start. If he's any good, how is he not starting for the worst team in the NBA?
Probably because
Fontecchio got there first.
I don't. Yeah,
and they think they value his size and the shooting, but
they definitely value size for sure. Yeah, especially in the backcourt and on the wings.
But they really set. I mean, I get it because QG had 14 in the fourth quarter, but I don't understand that man's rotation. I don't understand Monty's rotation. They go multiple minutes throughout games without their top lottery picks in the game at the same time.
Yeah.
They will literally go 6, 7, 8 minutes in a row without Cade or Ivy on the court. And that makes absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah, like the third quarter, he wasn't even playing. Like, I think he got in after like 5 minutes or 6 minutes in the beginning of the third quarter. I was like, He sat out pretty much the whole half of the third quarter, cutting, and then they brought him back in. I think 3 minutes left in the game in the fourth.
I think Monty Williams is the Jay Dilla of coaches.
Don't do that.
Right? Like he was good for like a small stretch, and people like, is Monty Williams forever? How in the world do you give Monty Williams, and I'm saying at the time, how in the world do you give Monty Williams more money than Steve Kerr and Eric Spoelstra?
Than Popovich.
At the time, and Popovich. I'm talking about at the time, right? I know all those guys make more than him now, but at the time, how do you give him more money? Like he's just like the Jay
They
Dilla
give him
of
carte
coaches.
blanche to do whatever he wants in terms
Yeah.
of rotation and development. They were starting Killian Hayes over Jaden Ivey for half the year.
Hell yeah. Like,
Killian Hayes wasn't even valued to the point that when he asked for a trade, they were just like, nobody wants you, so we'll just cut you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you know how ludicrous that sounds?
Yeah, he went to him and requested. He's like, "Hey man, I'm out of." And if you Killian Hayes, bro, them dudes in Detroit, they was probably ruining your career. They was probably ruining that man. Like look how Asar Thompson looks with them.
Yep.
Asar Thompson is probably gonna be in that same boat that Killian Hayes is in 2 years. Because it's that right, bro.
Only difference is Thompson could play better defense.
Yeah. They both can play defense. I'm not about to. Killian Hayes can play defense.
Go ahead.
The problem is with Killian Hayes and Thompson right now. Asar, I believe. They both can't. They both can't shoot.
You couldn't play neither. You couldn't play both at the same time, bro.
It's very like Asar Thompson from the corners is very much Andre Roberson. Like he's Andre Roberson with better handle right now.
But when he goes downhill and gets, I mean, I know he can't shoot free throws, but for some reason he looks good getting downhill.
Yeah, because he has guard skills in terms of dribbling and finishing, but he doesn't have guard skills from the perimeter. He can pass a little bit too, but it's harder to pass when everybody's sagging off into your passing lanes to begin with.
Yeah.
It's like you notice to that point, like you notice Brunson's like assist totals have been going up because teams have to respect his actual jumper now.
Yeah.
Instead of just going underneath every screen, they're blitzing and hedging and trapping, and he's playmaking a little bit better as he's getting a higher usage. But if you can't shoot, it becomes a lot harder to pass. Like that's just how it is in today's game.
To speak on real quick about what you said with Brunson's assists, I don't think they're really going up because if you notice the first quarter, second quarter, how we were playing.
He had 12 assists tonight.
Let me explain why I say that. We were playing, if you looked in the first and the second quarter, we were playing a spread out offense to where when Brunson would drive, the defense would collapse and he had someone available that was cutting on the back end, whether it was Hart, whether it was Dante at the 3 or Precious down low. Hart, he always.
You don't think that's by design? You don't think that's by design? Like I'm gonna paint it plainly for you. Since the All-Star break, before the All-Star break, I think Brunson was like averaging around 7 assists over that time span. After the All-Star break, he had 12 assists, 9 assists, and 12 again. Like Tibbs, if you've noticed, Tibbs has been making a concerted effort of getting Brunson the ball in scenarios that aren't straight up him bringing the ball up and isolating. They're putting him in the pistol actions, their split actions, getting him downhill, creating an advantage, making it easier for him to be a playmaker. And the end result is that he has 12, 9, and 12 over the last three games since the All-Star break. And that's things that were probably implemented over the All-Star break. Because, they asked Tibbs, are you going to go somewhere warm over the break? And Tibbs said, the training facility is 72 degrees. All he did was sit there and try to figure out ways to get Brunson easier attempts and make his life a little bit easier. And I think he actually has, if you're looking from a point of view from when we came out of the break. But, I understand what you're trying to say. what you're trying to say with his assist, but it's pretty evident. Like they've put him in positions to go downhill. Now, when the game slows up, teams adjust to what we've been trying to do, or in the earlier parts of the game, it becomes a little bit more difficult and murkier, which is why it came down the stretch and we were just struggling.
Mm-hmm.
But if you notice in the earlier parts of the games, we come out blitzing teams. Most of like we blitzed the Sixers. We were shooting extremely hot, getting wide open looks against the Celtics until they adjusted. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where Tibbs definitely implemented some more principles or plays offensively and try to get Brunson downhill and creating without him having to have the entire defense focused in on him at the beginning of the possession.
I
But,
honestly,
but
I
yeah, go
think
ahead.
it's the same. I think it's still the same system we had before. It's just now he has to pass more because he sees that they're trapping him. Like if you looked at the Boston game, they just put a tall guard on him and trap him. He has a difficult time, and we lose our offense. So yes, they're gonna make the adjustments to get him a little bit off ball, give him spacing. But to me, he has to pass those balls because that's what's giving him the spacing he needs. Like I said, first quarter, everybody was
Hey,
at
but Cowboy Bob, just because you put a tall defender on somebody, don't mean it's a trap.
Yeah, they didn't trap him actually because they ran a lot of drop coverage, which
okay.
is why he was so efficient. This is why he took so many pull up threes and pull up jumpers because they weren't getting the ball out of his hands.
Well, I was talking about
And to that point,
You talking about the Boston game, right?
yeah,
yeah,
the
the
Boston
Boston
game.
game.
That's what I was talking about with the
Yeah.
trap and the taller
Yeah,
guy.
they blitz first.
Yeah.
They were blitzing like damn the torpedoes. Like they were blitzing like the game was only going to be 2.5 quarters, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
JJ Redick was mentioning it during the broadcast. Like look, every time he comes across, they blitz, and every time he was saying it, they were blitzing the pick and roll. And for those that don't know what blitzing the pick and roll is it doesn't necessarily mean you're clamping the pick and roll. It just means you're sending more defenders than the other team has offensive players in that set, right? So so while it seems like they're out there and passing angles and all that, nah, they just sending more people. It's like in football when you got 5 people blocking and you send in 6 people. You know what I'm saying, or whatever it is, however it is, you know.
Well, I'll say how I was interpreting the game when I was watching it. They also mentioned the fact that they ran a ton more drop than they normally do, and I think
Right.
partially, I think it's because if
You're
they
talking
do
about the
switch,
Celtics game, right?
yeah, the Celtics.
Okay.
Like partially, I think because Joe Mazzulla doesn't want to tip his hand in case we see them in the playoffs, because
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna see way more exotic types of traps and like help when we get further along. But in that the Celtics game, they had Porzingis in the drop damn near at the free throw line, and then eventually they had Al Horford come up to the level where they were meeting him at the 3 point line.
Right.
But they weren't. It wasn't like when we went against the Lakers and they were just like, okay, no one is Brunson is definitely not going to be this
Right.
Yeah.
in terms of that type of aggressiveness because you can hedge, you can trap, right? But there's a certain level of intensity that comes with it, and there's different levels. And the Lakers are just like straight up, Brunson's not going to beat us.
So to like,
Get the ball out of his hands, and
And
the Celtics never did that.
in that Celtics game, though, when they did what Dre was talking about just now,
mm-hmm.
they switched the on-ball defender to Jason Tatum. Remember that stretch where Jason Tatum was guarding Brunson
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and
so the
Porzingis
switches
was
on the
in?
other side are easier. My fault.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was predetermining like, oh, we see Josh Hart about to set a screen, and then KP on the backside would just push his man out. So they would switch. They would pre-switch on the backside for the help, and then that would make it so KP is always the low man protecting the rim, no matter what the context is.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty good, but it shows like the Celtics kind of switch their defenses on the fly very often, but I don't think they were showing off their most impressive things that they could show at Brunson in
Mm-hmm.
case they see us in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't,
I
I don't think they wanted to show their hand or tip their hand, especially against this iteration of the Knicks where there's no
too early.
Randall.
For
There's
me,
no Randall. There's a bunch of guys hurt. It's just like we have more talent. We're probably gonna win. We don't have to give you everything. We don't have to throw the book at you at this point. At least that's how I interpreted it. But
honestly,
to talk about this game, you can go ahead, Cowboy Bob.
no, I was just gonna say about his assist. I honestly think he's being forced to do that. Let's be real, because anytime during the season when we had OG Randall, he wasn't doing this. I think now he's being forced because they needed other people to get involved, and he's carrying too much. That's why I'm not really on board with his assist numbers. Plus, the people he's passing to, they're cutting on the back end, getting like. I want to see him doing this with Randall and OG before I could actually be like, "Yo, he's doing it." Because when we saw when
But you're
OG
not
and
gonna see it
Randall,
until they get back, though, bro.
exactly. That's why I said
Here,
I'm still in the air about his assists because early in the year, like you said, he was averaging 7 assists when we were doing better. Now he's doing 12. What's the
okay,
change? They set up
okay,
more plays for him to pass, which is a good thing. But I want to see it if it actually works, because when we were setting it up with the guys we had before, it wasn't working. Now it's working because they're hurt. What's the
I'm gonna give you the game log of the last few games before tonight from
mm-hmm.
Jalen Brunson in terms of his assists, right?
Yeah. I think it's 12.
The
Before the
assist
All
was
Star
good.
break, I'm gonna give you the game. Because remember, Randall and OG have been out for like
For like 2 months.
12 no, not 2 months. Like 12 games.
I
12
mean,
games.
they were out 2 calendar months, but not 2 full months.
Yeah, 12 games. They've been out 12 games. Before the All Star break, the last game we played was Orlando. Brunson had 6 assists. Then Houston, he had 7.
Mm-hmm.
Then Indiana, he had 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then Memphis, he had 8.
Mm-hmm.
Then LA, he had 10. Then Indiana, he had 1. Then he had 9 against Utah. Then 7, 8, 4, 4, 9, 8, 7. And out of the break, where you've seen there's actual visible evidence that our offense has changed a little bit, he's got 12, 9, and 12. He's averaging like 11 assists per game compared to, I want to say, roughly around 7-ish, 7.5-ish before. So it's very evident that they're trying to put him in positions to make playmaking easier for him, especially with the lineups and like the cast of characters that we're out here with like 3 non-spacers, at least 3 traditionally non-spacers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're starting with Josh Hart, Precious, and Isaiah Hartenstein or Sims in those games, and we've kind of had to adjust, and that's credit to Tibbs and credit to Brunson for executing.
You said the numbers of his assists were 6, 7, 4, 8, 1, 4, and then the last 2 games were 12 and 9. To me,
And tonight was the 12.
tonight
And
was 12,
that's
and then the
and
previous was 9.
all three of those games were after the All-Star break. So it's pretty evident that we've made an adjustment in terms of trying to maximize his touches instead of trying to, okay, Brunson, isolate, figure it out. It's way, unless I don't know if you're watching the game correctly, but they're getting him the ball on the wings with a side cleared out, him going downhill, creating an advantage instead of him dribbling the ball up and then wasting 10 seconds bringing the ball up, and then the entire defense, all 10 eyeballs of the other team is just staring at him.
I agree with that.
They're doing things. It may not be as spiffy or as fancy as like the 2015 Spurs or something like that, but it's pretty evident that they're trying new things to try to like maximize what Brunson can do with the ball in his hands, and it's working. I think it's working, especially in the beginning of games. It's working. Teams adjust. It is what it is. But at the beginning of games, it definitely works.
The only reason why I have an issue with this is outside of the numbers that you said. To me, when he plays against teams that play at a faster pace, it looks like those assists aren't there. They're making the adjustments now, and I can't say that they're not. And I agree with you. Tonight they made the adjustments, the 3 games, like you said. But to me, I'm still in the air about it because now all of a sudden you got the offense and the spacing you need to create these assists. Okay, let's see how you play against Indiana. Look at what he did. Indiana, he had 4 assists one game and 1 assist the other game. Utah,
That was
4
before the
assists.
All-Star break.
I know, but this is what
So
I'm
then,
saying.
what are
These
we
are the
talking
faster
about?
paced teams. We haven't name a fast paced team since the All-Star break that we've played.
Those Sixers. What are you
The
talking
Sixers.
about?
Okay, and how many assists did he have against the Sixers? That was 9, right?
12.
Oh, that was the 12? I thought you said tonight was the 12.
He
So
had
he had
12
shoot 12.
twice.
He
You're
had
not
12
listening.
twice.
He had 12
I missed
twice
that.
and
Okay, my
9.
fault.
Like
No, I missed the other
it
12 with the Sixers. I thought you said he had 12 tonight and then
he had
9
12
before. My
tonight,
fault.
9 and 12 with the Sixers. Like,
Okay,
yes,
so they're making the
it's
adjustments with that. Cool.
yeah,
I got to see him more.
we're artificially creating spacing
Yeah.
for Brunson with the plays that we're running. We're not we're not, especially at the beginning of the games, we're not just like, yo, give the ball to Brunson, make something happen
Yeah.
with the entire team staring at him. They're getting them. They're actually getting him the ball in a lot of the places that RJ would get the ball. Funnily enough,
He's getting the ball. Yeah, I agree with you on that because I saw a
and,
lot of that tonight, and he wasn't the only facilitator bringing up the ball. He was catching off the screens, cutting, and he was also looking because I mentioned it earlier. I saw him looking in the beginning of the quarters as he's pulling up. He's driving to the basket. He got the spacing. He's looking. I think that's another reason why he missed that wide open layup because he's not used to not having contact and being that available. So for me, I see him working, but he got a lot more to do, man, because I'm sorry, he's the only star we have that's healthy.
he's doing the best he can do, given the circumstance on offense. He's doing the best he can do. He's kind of showing offensively he's a top 10 NBA player right now offensively.
He's the new age Mellow for us,
No,
basically.
no,
Yeah.
No,
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 no. It's a little bit different. But I'll put it plainly. If you notice, a lot of the times Precious is at the top of the key, damn
hmm
near 2-3 feet away from the 3 point line.
Yeah.
Because of the play and the sets that we're running, we're like artificially trying to create spacing for him. So if you notice when Brunson is on like the wing from the 3 point line, and his safety outlet pass is to Precious Achua, who's not really a spacer, but by the
hmm
product of the sets that we're running, we're trying to get Brunson space and like trying to put teams as bigs in compromising positions so he can get downhill and he can be a decision maker.
hmm
And that's something that I've noticed in the 3 games since the All Star break. Like it's something
Good
that
with him, though.
something that I have to give Tibbs credit for. Like he's actually adjusting to his current personnel.
no.
Did you
So
say something?
he's
Tips actually.
adjusting. He's adjusting to his current personnel. And I will say this: if we do get healthy, I think adding these new features and looks in terms of our offense with the guys coming back will help us. It'll help us maybe marginally, but in terms of showing teams different looks that they weren't scouting, because teams when they scout us, they kind of already have like a preconceived notion of who's going to get the ball where and when and how because of when we were healthy, like in that January run.
Yeah.
But the looks that we may show teams offensively when we get healthy is going to be a little bit. We'll see a lot of the same stuff, but there's going to be a little bit of a twist to it, a little bit more nuance. And I think maybe the injuries may or may not be a blessing in disguise in terms of unlocking particular aspects of our offensive players being more aggressive. Now, of course, I want Dante to be more aggressive because me and Freezy spoke about it earlier. Like
What?
we need him to be a little bit more aggressive in terms of playmaking, right? But even though that's
Oh,
not necessarily his game, but we would need him to be a little bit more aggressive. But if he's getting higher usage, and when Randall comes back or OG's out there and he's attacking closeouts, I mean, you can't really ask for too much more if he's
I,
just aggressive on attacking closeouts when we have a star back, of course.
I honestly think Dante doing what he need to be doing. He's third in the league in 3-point attempts. He's also driving to the rack, getting fouls. He's playing defense, and he's playing a lot of defense. They have to use tonight. They had to use him when Brunson was resting to play defense to help out McBride. Like, and
There's
they used
I'm
him for
not,
his off.
but there's different ways to be aggressive, right? It's not always being aggressive in terms of getting your shots up. There's aggressive in terms of getting into the teeth of the defense,
hmm
especially when Brunson's not on the court, right?
hmm
When Brunson's not on the court, we need because Lord have mercy, Alec Burks is not it as a point guard. Alec Burks is best suited as a corner guy when Randall comes back, right? Because we're gonna run the offense through Randall, no matter how hurt he is. But
hmm
when you have like Alec Burks out there and there's no Brunson, or if there's Dante out there, you need Dante to be a little bit more aggressive, trying to create an advantage by himself to get other
But
guys open.
On a
Because he's
side note,
not.
RJ Barrett is healthy and he scored 25 points
oh
tonight.
God.
They beat
On
the
11 of
Pacers.
16 shooting. He had
Yeah,
5 assists tonight.
they beat the Pacers.
They beat the Pacers.
That's my
So,
book.
so
See?
King Ribby, all that hate you got built up in your heart for
I
RJ
don't,
Barrett, bro.
I don't hate him.
I'm
That's
just
my
letting you know
guy.
RJ
You
Barrett
talking
is a
about?
baller, bro.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Quickly tonight. Emmanuel Quickly had 19
True.
points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists.
They did us a
I'm
favor.
just saying they played tonight.
Mm-hmm.
All that hate, all that Brooklyn hate he got built up, you know what I'm saying? For no reason. It don't make no sense, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hey, salute to the Bronx, man. Salute to the greatest rapper. Salute to the greatest rapper of all time, Big Pun. Let's get it.
Mm,
Dre,
Oh my God.
Dre, I got
Yeah.
a quick question to ask you.
go ahead.
I know early in the season we spoke about the whole defense of the 3-pointers. Is that something you can see Dante stepping up against when we do our rotations, like where we don't have Brunson on the court? Is that one of the things you're talking about where he could step up?
What do you mean? Like teams defending him on the 3-point line?
No. Him def- him defending on the 3-point line when Brunson ain't on the court. What I was saying was I was seeing a lot tonight that when we were playing defense in the first quarter, we were all on the wing. Like we wasn't even down low trying to play banging, grabbing those rebounds. Yes, we had a lot of second chance opportunities, but that was
Who's
late.
gonna do that?
You got Hart, you got Precious, you got what's his name? Hart? Dang, Josh Hart. You got
Oh, and
those three
Taj
guys.
Gibbs. Oh, well, Taj ain't here no more either.
Nah. But what I'm
I
saying
mean,
is
I mean,
early in the
Todd,
game when we started with Precious, Hart, and Hart, we should have been down there as opposed to just having everybody trying not to bang. And when we play our defense, it's mostly like we give them the spacing to take the 3-pointer. For me, that's what I've been seeing. So for me, I'm asking you, do you think Dante can step up on defensive end to help out the team, or does he need to step up on the offensive end?
this is the product that you're seeing right now is like it's harder for Dante to step up and be that role because here's the thing. OG was supposed to fill that role. And when you put OG in there, he slots Dante into the position where he guards the second best perimeter player
Hey, Dre, let
instead of the
me ask
first
you
best one.
just real quick. I know we got
They
the I
say
know
the
we
same thing.
gotta talk about Nick stuff, but did you know RJ Barrett is shooting 54% as a Toronto Raptor?
Yeah, I did know that. I
I
did
didn't
know
know that.
that. Yeah, there. I'm gonna say this, Reezy. When remember I said like Tibbs adjusted. That was a little bit of a jab at Tibbs in terms of him adjusting to his personnel. Um, yeah, they're using RJ as basically a transition battering ram type player
Right,
and a spacer from the corners for Scotty Barnes.
right.
But when they give RJ the ball, it's to go downhill. Ain't no mid range jump shots, none of that. It's either get to the paint, finish, and then they're also putting in positions where he only has to beat one guy instead of having to beat one guy and then Mitchell Robinson's man would come over and just destroy him at the rim.
Yo, did you know Emmanuel Quickly is shooting
Terrible.
43% from 3 on about 7 attempts a game?
Is it 40?
That's
I
about
think he's
3 a
not shooting
game.
well overall though. I think he's shooting
Yeah.
less
Well, when you
from the
talk about
field.
efficiency, though, when you're talking about efficiency,
7.
the
Yeah,
2 point, the fact that he's shooting 43 from 3 and maybe whatever 41 from 2. I mean, if that's the case, you want him shooting more threes anyway, right?
I agree.
Yeah, that's like 3 for 7 threes.
And they're
Yeah,
playing, by the way, Cowboy Bob.
yep. I agree. I would want him shooting more too. He's 5 for 7. He's 3 for, like that's perfect for them. They got a good thing on that. But that's not my team those are not my teammates anymore, man. I'm glad they're doing well, but
He's playing solidly. Like his skill set fits Scotty Barnes kind of like a glove. If they grow together and develop chemistry, they'll be fine. Like yeah, they'll be.
They'll be fine. I think they're gonna throw the bag at quickly, bro.
Yeah, they got to. They made the trade. I mean, it's
Yeah.
the same reason we gonna throw a bag at OG.
At OG, right? Yeah.
They made the trade. It's And the other guy, the draft pick Grady, has been playing well too in limited minutes. Like he's shooting
I ain't
the
gonna
lights
front.
out right now. He's shooting very. I'm not gonna say that man's last name, but he's shooting real well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's yeah, man. I think they had I'm looking at the box score right now. Man, Scotty Barnes had 12 assists and 5 blocks in the same game, bro.
He had a triple double, I believe.
Oh yeah, he had a triple 12 rebounds.
Yeah.
12
They were
rebounds.
they were
playing,
being they were
and
they
they're
were
playing, bro.
That's crazy.
the Pacers have like this weird volatility about them. Like they can compete with anyone, but I believe they also have like a ton of losses against under 500 teams. They're like the opposite of the Knicks in terms
It's the
of
play.
talent.
It's
Like
the pace.
Dre, that's why I asked you. That's why I was asking y'all the question. So the Pacers took 100 shots tonight, right?
Mhm.
And trust me, this is what I'm saying to everybody is this: the Pacers took 100 shots tonight, lost to a lottery team, right? Right after the All-Star break, where you assume most people's nagging injuries would have gone away,
Look
right?
who they beat the night before though, Freezy.
Well, let me finish
Boston.
this point. Let me
They
finish this
beat the
point real quick.
Mavs the night before.
Oh, yeah, but what I'm saying, but the point that I'm getting at though, bro, is
Yeah, go ahead, Freezy.
is this style of play sustainable in a 7-game series?
I don't think so.
Like if they beat, like you said, they beat the Cavs, right?
They beat the Mavs.
They beat the
Mavs were on like
Mavs.
a
Okay.
seven
Oh,
game
the
win
Mavs
streak.
ain't nobody. I thought
No,
they
no,
beat
no, no, no. The Mavs were on a 7 game win streak. Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah.
If bro, if you listening out there, I do not co-sign the words of this man. Rel.
yeah, the Mavs, man, the Mavs. They. The point that I'm getting at is if we do wind up getting Indiana in a 7-game series, is that style of play sustainable over the course of a 2-week stretch where you're going to play the same team potentially 7 times? I don't think so.
I think
100
Because
shots.
you look like Tarzan one night, and the next night you look like Jane.
Good.
we
And you're
might
doing
we might ground them into mush. Freezy. I'm not gonna lie to you. We might grind them out like into
Right.
mush.
I think the
By
same
game
thing
5.
might be. I think the same thing might be true about Cleveland.
Yep.
I
I
mean, we
don't
did
think
that last
Cleveland.
year, Freezy.
Huh?
We did that last year.
Well, they didn't have the shooting and the spacing they have this year though.
Yeah,
With the minivan and with Max Strus. And Max
and
Strus is a very good defender. We
he's
didn't
not
know
actually shooting that well, Max Strus, but they have another shooter on that team that's shooting damn near 50%. I forgot his name. He comes off
His
the bench.
shooting guard, right?
Yeah, it's a little it's a white guy.
Murrow, something like that.
Yeah.
Sam,
is it him? I thought it was.
Sam Merrill. Sam
Yeah.
Merrill.
Yeah.
Oh, Sam Merrill. He's a small forward.
Well, I mean, if he's a small forward, he's a very small forward. He's like 6'5".
Yeah, Sam. I think
like
he's. I think
6'4".
he's a small forward.
He's
I'm
he's
gonna check
he's
and
he's
see,
the
man.
he's the size of Ryan Archidiakono.
Yeah.
Is he? I thought.
He's shooting the hell out of the ball.
He like 6'4".
Oh yeah, Sam Merrill is not. He is 6'4", 205. You're right.
Yeah, see?
You're
Yeah,
right.
but he was shooting a crazy percentage.
Yeah, my mistake. I'm wrong on that. My mistake.
Yeah, you shoot at 43% from three for the year.
I had him. You know who I was thinking? Dean Wade.
Yeah. D
That's
Wade
what I was
is.
thinking.
I mean, they kind of look like D Wade's like a 6'9" version of that kid.
And he can shoot too, though. That's the
Yeah,
reason
yeah,
why I was
he's
thinking.
in space for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, that man. Yeah, he's shooting 39% on the year. So, but what I'm saying is we can dissect like what the Knicks have done from game to game, in a sense. I don't know if that's fruitful because, when you go from playing Boston, the best team in the league, to Detroit, the worst team in the league, and trying to establish a standard. In my mind, there's no standard that you can establish based on
Personnel.
one team being here and the other team being won't be out the Westchester Knicks. I can't. I don't believe there's connectivity there. Like, how do you compare Boston and Detroit?
You can't. And it's funny. Like Detroit, damn near won a game against Boston. Remember?
Yeah,
Kind of break the streak.
we were watching that game.
Yeah, it was. There's a lot of variance when it comes to the basketball. Like the 3-point shot adds a level of variance that you kind of see, and we're trying to play the math game to try to be the equalizer in terms of the variance with 3-point shot, in terms of playing possessions, out rebounding teams, taking care of the ball. That's what we try to do to offset whatever three point advantage another team may get. But yeah, it's hard to talk about like a standard when you when you don't have your starting front court. Like
Right.
and when they spoke to Tibbs still views Mitchell as a starter in his mind. So Mitchell
He
probably
still
won't start.
views Mitch as a starter, you said?
Yeah, yeah, he still views Mitch as the starter. He probably won't start because number one, he's just coming off that injury. He needs to ramp up.
Right.
But if Mitch was here at the start of training camp next year, he's probably going to start him over Hartenstein. Like if we had both of them here, I think he still would. That's how much Tibbs values Mitch's defense. So it's one of those things where we're in this position where it's hard to gauge like a standard when you're missing two guys potentially that were in defensive player of the year talks, and
Right.
you're missing a guy that's 25 and 10.
All-star, 3-time
Yeah.
All-star in your city.
Well,
top
he's
10, top 10 most double team player in the league.
Yeah, and I know how much King Ribby hates Randall, right? But you can't deny the fact that Julius Randle is a 3-time All-Star under Tom Thibodeau, who is in his 4th season. That means 75% of Tom Thibodeau's tenure, Julius Randle is an All-Star. That's pretty damn good, bro.
I just want him to show up in the playoffs. That's all.
He's hurt half the time.
So that is that my fault?
Actually,
like what the hell? Like, what are you talking about?
You gonna say actually it's his fault? Come on.
I was gonna say no. I was gonna actually say this. I was gonna actually say to what you were saying, Dre, about how you can't make an adjustment from Detroit, going from Boston to Detroit. It's not fair because one's the best team to the worst team. But I was talking about individually. You can, if you look at how Bogues has played when he played against what was it? Dang it, where he went 6 for 6. I forgot the game. Was it the Sixers? Where he went 6 for 6?
But in that same game, he had to get benched.
Hey, but how you say you can't compare them and then say a third team, bro?
In that same,
trying to show the individual. No, because the Sixers have they're a balanced team, and I was trying to show the difference how he played against the balanced team and Detroit because like you said, you can't compare him against the number one team. So I brought him down a few levels to the Sixers and say he played well against the Sixers.
Actually, what I was gonna say is when I was making the point, what I was gonna say is tonight is where you can start doing connectivity because New Orleans is a team in that same range as us in terms of wins and losses, right? They have all the things that we struggle with, right? All the things that we struggle against as a team, whether it's offense or defense. We're going to face it tonight against New Orleans. And if we can be competitive, don't necessarily have to win, but if we can be competitive, for instance, Jalen Brunson is going to take 25 shots tonight, right? And he's going to be defended by athletic dudes that are 6'8", 6'9", 6'7", whatever.
Rough.
Right? They're going to rotate guys at him, right? And then they're going to have a weak side shot contester in Zion and Valanciunas at all times, somebody waiting to cut off the lane, right? Tonight should be a game where Jalen Brunson has 10, 12 assists and others come and help him carry the load, right? But at the same time, Dante DiVincenzo is going to be busy because they also, one of the things that we struggle with, they have a backcourt bucket getter, right? So now are you going to get all of Dante's defense or all of Dante's offense? You're probably going to get neither. You're probably going to get somewhere in the middle, like 13 points and very good defense. Right? And so all the things that the Knicks struggle against, length on defense, right? Guarding the perimeter from a bunch of dudes that can shoot the three, inside presence, and athleticism all over the floor, and two certified bucket getters and Brandon Ingram and CJ McCollum if they play.
Very good in transition as
So
well.
all those things that all the things that Dre and I have been talking about, and y'all too, all the things that we've been talking about for the past 2 years, what the Knicks struggle with, they're going to face it tonight, right? And then and so tonight, it won't be a line of demarcation, but it could be a watershed moment for us. Can our coach design offense and defense to mitigate their defense, right? Have our offense be efficient, at the same time getting on the boards, rebounding, getting out and running against a team that will probably struggle with in the half court defensively or against their defense. Because they're going to put Trey Murphy and Herb Jones on Jalen Brunson.
And
It's going to look
and,
weird.
and your friend and one of your guys, Najee Marshall, might get some burn too.
Bro, Najee Marshall is my heartstring, bro.
But I was gonna say, Freezy, this might actually dictate what happens for them because number one, in terms of their half court offense, TJ McCollum might be out with that ankle. He turned his ankle a game and a half ago, 4 days ago. It was a really nasty turn.
Ooh.
I don't know. So I don't know if he's gonna come back. And Zion has a foot contusion as of right now.
Oh, he out for the season, bro.
I don't know. He's listed as questionable, but to that point, they're also like their backup point guard, Alvarado. He's suspended.
He did the fight.
Yeah.
So it comes out like if CJ doesn't play, they're gonna struggle in the half court. Like if we make it a half court game and it's just Brandon Ingram playing isolation basketball, I'll take it. I'll take it over.
But the thing
CJ
is
Alvarado.
you remember down the stretch of last year when they had all those dudes out and we played against New Orleans and it was just Brandon Ingram. You remember how that game turned out?
He cooked.
He cooked us and their length stifled us on the perimeter.
But I'd have to look at the.
Yeah. So, but
remember. You know what mitigates length though? Spacing,
right? But
we have way better shooters now than we did last year.
And
even
with Brandon, the thing, it's not like Jordan Hawkins, their rookie, is just like some dude.
He's good.
Yeah,
he's good.
Yeah, and so Dyson Daniels, I don't expect Dyson Daniels.
Dyson Daniels is hurt. He's out.
He's hurt too.
I believe he's out for the year.
Damn.
Out for the year? I just saw him the other day.
He had surgery.
Oh, he is out. Yeah, he's out.
He had surgery. I don't know if he's out for the year, but he's out for a little bit.
I'm gonna check.
Yes, he had surgery straight up. He had surgery.
Yeah, he's out.
It's like, well, at least we ain't the only ones dealing with injuries.
And like I was watching it, Freezy. I was watching them the other day when they didn't have CJ or Alvarado, and they were trying to initiate. It was terrible basketball. Like it was really bad. But I mean, unless Brandon Ingram plays 40+ minutes initiating, I bet the best chance we stand is wearing him down. That's how I view it. If CJ,
what do you think our chances are against them tonight?
I mean, if we're at home, I think we have a pretty good chance.
Okay.
If you ask me, being straight up, it hinges on if CJ plays or not. If CJ doesn't play, I think we have like a 70-30 chance of winning. If he does play, it's like half and half, 50-50.
Okay.
Because I think he's that important to them in terms of setting up them in their offense, being a quick trigger from three, spacing, getting in the paint, creating for others. Like he kind of settles the game down. And while yes, Brandon Ingram did cook his Freezy, he's not a consistent playmaker like that. Like he has his nights, but it ain't like he does that every night like Luka or something. Like he's up and down in terms of his playmaking.
Where do you rank him in terms of that range of 24, 25, 26-year-old young veterans on the uptick? Where do you rank him? Is he in the Devin Booker class or in the RJ Barrett class?
He's better than RJ Barrett though.
Okay.
He's definitely better than RJ. That's not even close. He's way better than RJ. But
Bane?
Yo, that's King Ribby, man, too, bro. King Ribby don't even stand up for his dude, bro.
I put him in that like overall Freezy. I put him in
Yeah.
that. I think he's a top 30 NBA player, top 35ish NBA player. But on any given night, he can play like a top 10 player.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
But he doesn't. That's the reason why. Like this is like the thing that stops him is consistency. Like consistency is the reason why top five guys are top five guys.
right.
Yep.
Like like Luca wakes up and gets 34.
There
Yeah,
we go.
but on any given night, Brandon Ingram can get you that 34. He probably does it maybe 15 to 20 nights out of the year,
Right.
whereas Luca does it every night or 70 nights out of 82 games.
Yeah.
So it's that's the difference, and it depends on what version of Brandon Ingram you get. Because it's funny, Brandon Ingram's like career high is only like 41. You know that, right? His career high is only 41, I
Yo,
believe.
Wave Space asked a question. Brandon Ingram or Mikal Bridges? King Ribby, which one would you rather have?
Ooh, I'd rather have Brandon.
Ingram.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Brandon Ingram. Like his
I'd rather have
offense,
Bridges.
his
But why Bridges over Ingram?
More younger and it,
no, he's not younger than Brandon Ingram.
I thought they were the same age.
They're around the same, I believe.
Yeah, I think they're the same age. A few
No,
months.
Brandon Ingram
difference.
is younger. He's younger.
Yeah.
Brandon Ingram is younger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's younger.
Well,
He's younger
to
by
be
a
honest,
year, almost a full year,
the only reason why, to be honest, is
almost a full
he
year
don't
to
have
the day.
injuries.
August 30th to September 2nd. That's the difference.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah,
We could all attest for that.
in terms of ceiling, I'm taking Brandon Ingram all day because number one, Brandon Ingram could take over a game or straight up win you games in the playoffs, right? If you were to give him the opportunity because his skill level is just that high. Whereas Mikal Bridges has had hot like low leverage regular season games, but he's never shown me the ability to just be like, yo, give me the ball. I'm a play make, create for myself. And I'm gonna do this for the next 7-8 minutes straight. And there's nothing you can do.
And there's nothing
But
you can do about it.
whereas Mikal Bridges, when he gets hot, it's just jumpers. That's it. Like
But
he's not creating for nobody. He's not forced. He's not putting that type of pressure on the defense that Ingram can at their best. Like when you put those two
I
at their
believe
best,
if I ain't gonna lie to you, I believe if Golden State traded Andrew Wiggins for Mikal Bridges, I think they probably be on the verge of doing something special. Because I think Andrew Wiggins is just confidence away from being
he's cooked mentally.
Yeah, the mental. I think, yeah,
because physically, they're like what maybe three players more physically gifted than Wiggins right now in the league. 3 or 4.
Yeah,
physically.
Victor Wembanyama, Anthony Edwards, Ja Morant, Zion.
Yeah, around that. Yes. I mean, physically gifted.
Yeah.
In terms of there's nothing he can't do on the court.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think all of those dudes were like top 2 picks, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Think about it. Yeah, they're all 1-2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something went awry with his development on the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I think he was in a safe place. I think he one of those dudes like Joe Barry Carroll.
He might be like one of those dudes like Vince Carter, where it was like
on the Grizzlies.
I'm physically more talented than you, so I'm just gonna exploit the fact that I'm more talented than you. Right. Anything else after that, you asking for too much. You asking me to average 30 plus for you? Nah, I'm not.
Nah.
But see, I like Ingram because for me, I think he can contribute more than Bridges because Bridges is a shooter. He hits it. If he misses, he misses. Bridges is good when it comes to shooting, but Ingram, he don't need to score to impact the game. I've seen Ingram do other things that help his team win. So for me, I don't like Bridges games because there's too many shooters in the league as is. but I know Ingram can at least go back on defense, try to grab some boards, and be involved on defense and offense. At
Freezy,
least grabbing boards. Bridges.
Freezy, I think I know why you said like if you went to the Warriors because it would be just like getting Clay back in his prime.
Yeah.
In terms of that two-way player that could light it up from three, catch off the dribble, pull up. Like,
and you can get him to play with Kuminga better as a
like,
compliment to Kuminga.
It would be almost exactly like getting Clay back in his prime for them.
Yeah.
That's right. And they already know how to.
That's crazy.
And they already know how to utilize that skill set. They know how to maximize that skill set on both ends.
Yeah.
But in terms of like, yo, who's ceiling? Like, who can you? Well, I guess it depends what your team needs, right?
Right.
If you're asking me, I think we like you said we need another creator, right?
Yeah.
You would plug in as the extra creator in your offense from the wing, whereas Mikal Bridges, unless you want Brunson to do everything from the guard position, Mikal Bridges is like the plug-in. Mikal Bridges is like the prototype 3-and-D player.
Can I say something controversial?
Go ahead.
Shoot.
It's your show, man.
Yeah, I want to say something. No. Oh, well, the Knicks Ain't Not podcast is my show, but the channel is everybody's.
Yeah.
But you know, this right here is my baby, though. Right? This right here is my baby. I just think Queens, New York has better food than Brooklyn, bro.
Oh my God.
I want to say what part of Queens.
Yo, I don't know how that's controversial, though. I mean, what?
I don't believe that because.
And I love Brooklyn, bro.
No, listen.
What brought you to this conclusion?
So many
taste tests,
news spots that's opening in Brooklyn. I don't believe. I don't.
Man, you talking about in Williamsburg?
No.
He said no quick.
Like, why? It's like you always bring up Williamsburg. Like, what's up with you?
I like Williamsburg, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I like being able to walk my $3,000 dog in the middle of the night without worrying about crime and stuff. I just like being able to drink my $14 latte in the middle of the daytime with my wallet hanging out my pocket, bro. I mean, I just like that.
Like your $20 IPA beer.
Yeah,
like having his cell phone.
Yeah, in the brown bottle. In the brown bottle, trying to save the environment. Yeah.
Walking around on your phone, not giving a damn, texting. Have your phone sitting next to you. Not
I can't do that in Jersey City because I wind up being in the upper room, bro. y'all have my face on some t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? If I did that in Jersey City, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't going nowhere. Especially around 18th Street and 20th.
Nah, man. If I was trying to walk a $3,000 dog in Jersey City, trust me, y'all have my face on y'all t-shirt, bro.
You get a Jersey City and the guy says, "I like your whatever your position is. I like it." Hey, look, man. I like your shoes, man.
Yeah, and see, and you.
Like,
I like your hat. I like your hat, Freezy. I like your watch.
Yeah, man.
Like, what's like your watch?
See, and then we got a thump right there. Yeah, but yeah, man. The thing is, no lie. In Williamsburg, you can drink your Andre. You said what, a $32 IPAs in the brown bottles to save the environment.
Yeah.
But if I do that in Jersey City, y'all will be like, "This song is dedicated to my homies." In that case,
Salute, coach.
Coach is in the building. Coach was good.
Salute, coach.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, Miguel P said you can't walk a $3,000 dog at 3 a.m. in Brownsville. No, you can't even. Yo, you can't even walk. How about you can't even walk at 3 a.m. in Brownsville?
Better fly.
Oh, I'm saying, and shout out to Ribby RM and the fam. You know what I'm saying, from Williamsburg, man, representing, coming through with the stats and the facts. You know what I'm saying, coming through representing, man. Salute.
Cloak and dagger.
Yo, where Coach been at? Yo, you know what? I think Coach might have. Coach, you hit the number or something? Coach and I did a and I'm gonna get back to the Knicks talk, man. But I just want to do a reset real quick to get to a topic. But I first want to say, Coach and I did a joint on vibes and stuff where we talked about the greatest songs of all time. Shout out to Coach, man. Make sure y'all check that out on IG. You know what I'm saying? Coach did his thing.
Cool.
Yeah, man. So
Coach.
so Dre, here's the thing that I want to reset and chop it up about, right? What I've noticed for the past 10 to 12 games that I've watched, right? I think Tom Thibodeau is slowly ramping up the Knicks to get into a playoff run mode. Not the playoff mode, right? Because you don't want to get in playoff mode too early and get burnt out by the end of the season or get injuries.
Yeah.
But I think the Knicks are slowly getting into that high leverage basketball game mode. Like when you saw Dante DiVincenzo die for that ball today against Detroit, that's letting everybody know that the Knicks are ramping up into this.
Brunson dived earlier too. Remember that?
Yeah, it's about to be in that. We're about to get into that mode. You know what I mean? Like, King Ribby, you remember that song when a dude said, "See, every episode begins in this mode, very cool, very calm. There's no sweat in my palm." You remember that dude from Harlem? No, okay.
What's his name?
What's
his name?
D Nice.
Nah, I'm not familiar with that.
You remember D Nice? Okay.
I know who D Nice is, even though it's a little bit before my time.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Exactly. See, I don't know.
Hey, salute to the GOAT designer, by the way.
Yeah. So was you freezing it?
Bro, that Timmy Turner, I don't care what y'all say, bro. Timmy Turner is fire, bro.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Cowboy Bob, you not feeling Timmy Turner?
Nope.
Timmy Turner.
Timmy Turner is the worst kid ever.
Okay. So, but Dre, I think we're ramping up, right? Like we're ramping up into that mode where all these games down the stretch are going to be high leverage, regardless who the opponent is.
Yeah.
And I think it's because the Knicks may feel like they can catch Cleveland. Cowboy Bob, hey, am I wrong or
the prize is to get up into that 2-3 range where you don't see the Celtics as long as possible. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, they're looking real formidable. Like they legitimately toyed with this current iteration of the Knicks.
I was gonna say the Celtics were playing like they were just on cruise mode. Like they wasn't even really. They were just like, okay, we're gonna do this. Like it was a practice for them. So if they're already in that locked in playoff mode, we have to go to that second seed. That's why I think I agree with you. We have to be in that second seed because I don't want to see Boston until the Eastern Conference Finals.
Well, it's second or third. You don't have to be just a second seed. It could be the third or the second seed. Once you get into that 4 or 5 range, then if you went around, definitely get that number 1 seed.
We're only 2.5 games out. I think we have a better chance because I think we could beat the Bucks. And like I said, I think the Bucks are just grease in the pan. They just catching fire for the moment. But
I think some of it is like, I'm not gonna lie to you, Freezy. I think we're trying to develop habits that will translate to the playoffs.
Right.
To the point where even if we don't necessarily get that seed, once we have those habits built in, and we have OG and Randall back, like talking about his health, we have a puncher's chance against virtually anyone, home court or no home court. Like the thing, like if you play to what the identity that we're trying to establish, it mitigates what home court advantage is. Because home court is for a lot of things like home court. If you look around the league, home court means for the most part your role players shoot better.
Right.
But the style of basketball we try to play is to offset shooting for the most part. Like if you notice, like a lot of times the teams shoot well against us, we're still in the game because we out rebounded and get less turnovers. A lot of the times, like remember the Pistons shot 50% from three tonight,
Yep, 7 for 14.
and for the most part, like like even though they didn't really necessarily get the volume, if you shoot 50% from three, chances are you're going to win that basketball game.
Right.
And the style of play that we do play kind of offsets and mitigates a lot of shots. Hold on, Ribby got to fix that, whatever that is.
Yeah, Ribby gotta.
What's up? What are you talking about?
I think it was something. I think the mic
something rubbing up against your mic over and over.
Yeah.
Are you laying down or something? Probably.
Hell no, I'm not laying down.
He and BK walking all day, baby. Working.
Nah, Williamsburg, bro.
Oh my God.
Salute to Williamsburg, by the way.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's like trying to build these habits and establish, like, completely fully entrench ourselves in a particular identity and a style of basketball. So when we do insert players, like when we inserted OG, everything just fit, right? We're trying to establish an identity, so when we do insert these players back in, we don't skip a beat. We just become the realized best version of ourselves when we're healthy. So I think he's trying to establish that. So even if we don't get the 2 or 3 seed, we're in a situation where no team wants to actually play us, regardless of what the context is, if they have home court or not.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. I can see that because it's like the dog in us pretty much is what they're gonna have to deal with for 7 games, and I see that. But then if he's doing that, then what plays is he setting up for OG and Randall and Mitchell when they come back? Because if he's setting up plays for the second team, what does he got in place for the first when these 3 guys come back?
He's not really. I'll say this. I don't think these are players that have already been here. Like, we're not talking about guys that hasn't already had success on the timetable. It would be like one thing if you're like comparing Bogdanovich or really just Bogdanovich, because Alec Burks has had success within the system for a while.
OG hasn't been here that long neither. He's still he fits now, but how does he fit
No.
after
He fit like a glove before the trades. Like, we went 16-2 when he was here.
Yeah.
No, but
like,
what I'm saying
I don't understand.
He's hurt now. And salute, coach. I apologize.
I'll put it this way: his style of game, Cowboy Bob, in terms of floor spacer, elite defender, will slash and drive on quick one move type moves. Like, he's not going to dribble the ball 3, 4, 5, 6 times in a row before he scores.
Mm-hmm.
That's always been needed. That's always been needed. Salute, coach. That's always been needed in the Tom Thibodeau offense. It's kind of the role that we tried to make RJ do, and it just wasn't for RJ, right? But OG already does these things off the cuff naturally. So that's the reason why we targeted him, and that's the reason why he fit like a glove to begin with. So me worrying about OG, unless OG still injured in his elbow, I'm not, and I don't. I think when he comes back, he'll be fine. I'm not too worried about OG. Like, OG is a plug and play type player. It's the reason why, like, teams around the league value his play style, because once you already have the star, you want to bring in guys that fit seamlessly. Like, you could put OG on virtually any team in the league and he'll fit. I'm being so serious right now.
Yeah, defense translates everywhere.
Defense and corner 3-point shooting.
And then, it's not like he's not ball dominant. He don't need the ball to do the things he does well.
Yep. So once you already got your stars, you just need OGs on your team. That's legitimate.
Yeah, and we saw why we got OG 2 games ago.
Mm-hmm.
Why we need OG. But he needs to be on Brown and Tatum patrol.
Yeah.
Coach, I ain't even gonna front, bro. I need for you to help me walk back off the ledge, if you don't mind.
I'm pulling you back, man. We're straight. You knew what the ledge was.
I know.
He's like, you wear glasses. We both wear glasses. We know it.
You know the ledge is the ledge moves depending on who's playing.
Mhm.
Or so this is where I am. And shout out to one of the greatest rappers of all time, Mims. Right.
Mm.
So
Yo,
bro,
Greatest rappers, like
come on, bro. Rappers, come on, bro. Come on, BK. Come on, BK. Come on. Right. But here's why I'm at the ledge, coach. I'm tired of this dumbass waiting game for OG Anunoby. I'm frustrated that the stuff that listen, I like OG Anunoby, right? I like OG Anunoby. So here's my disclaimer. I like OG Anunoby, right? Bruh, come on, bro. Come on. You just about have missed as many games as you've played already.
Wow.
Already, bro. You've been here like 2 months and you missed half that time. Well, not half, but you missed about 35% of the games, bro. Come on, bro. What are we doing? RJ Barrett up in Canada putting up monster stats and King Ribby and kicking his back in because he ain't a Knick no more, right? I'm talking about OG Anunoby, bro. Come on, bro. Yo, come on, bro.
OG is pulling that.
Now one of my favorite players, Precious, is getting worn down because Randall and OG is out. Somebody got to walk me back off the ledge, bro. I'm not trolling y'all. I'm
Precious
for real.
having to do the job
I'm
of
legit frustrated with the fact that this dude, we traded somebody and got this dude, and as soon as we get him, he already missing games.
And that's like you go on a date with this fine honey for the first time, and things are the best they've ever been. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? She all that and then some.
Then her bipolar disorder shows up.
Then all of a sudden she forget how to answer you back on your text. Like,
but
she's the best I ever had, but I must not be the best you ever had or something. I don't know.
Yo, y'all sound like Jimmy Cozier, bro. Sometimes I love her, sometimes I love her not.
Oh my god!
He better not a bit. OG better not be one of them strobe light honeys. You know, remember them?
Them like child, bro.
Them strobe light honeys.
Yeah.
They look good when the strobe lights kicking, and then when them lights get kicked on. Whoa!
No. She definitely did look good because what 16-2.
But what I'm saying is my frustration is.
But then she took out her tracks.
Oh no!
The eyelashes came off, and the push-up bra and the booty shorts.
Oh, the shapewear. Oh
yeah.
no!
Oh my god, bro!
This ain't a low down and dirty shame. Let's just keep going.
All of a sudden, she went from Queen Latifah to Queen Boyardee.
Yeah. Yo, and so what I'm saying is I'm frustrated as a Knicks fan that it seems like we just can't have good stuff. Why can't we have good stuff, bro?
It's exactly it's like it's this whole tease bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta use a bad word. It just fits here because.
Now YouTube gonna be like,
they always dangle this little carrot in front of us.
It's like the best team we had in 25 years.
You might get LeBron. Nope.
We legit when
you might get played. You might get
after Wild Coach. After Wild Coach, we were thinking about maybe we can catch the Celtics.
You might get Donovan Mitchell. You might get Donovan Mitchell. Nope. You might get the number 1 pick and get Zion. Nope. Look, y'all the best team of 2024. Look at y'all. Nope.
Coach.
injuries.
Coach, you might have drafted a generational talent. You know what happened? He tore his ACL before we get extended. Remember, KP was averaging 30 for like
Yeah.
a month and a half.
You already had
But-
your franchise player, but you traded him.
But
No.
we're
Right.
but we're in the same predicament as well, because if you look, like what Unc just said about that, you could even look at when we got not even KP, when we had Amari and Melo. Every time we seem to have a good team, when we start to go and somebody gets hurt or
Melo got
something
hurt.
happens to where we can't
Amari
get
got hurt.
You got some
Exactly.
Asian dude named Jeremy Lin.
But this is what I'm saying though. Did it work?
With
No. Jeremy
Melo
Lin
and
lasted for 2
Stoudemire
weeks.
and all
But see,
this
that's
stuff.
that's the trend that Unc's talking about. Like the Jeremy Lin. We got hyped for 2 weeks with Jeremy Lin. Is that the same thing that we're dealing with OG now? To where it's false hope, to where we don't know what we're gonna get when he comes back.
But
Yo,
all I'm
I was
saying,
just about to
We don't
put
know.
OG
You know
Anunoby
what you
on my
did.
love list. I no lie. I have genuine love for Precious Achua, Dante DiVincenzo, Julius Randle, and I was just about to add OG Anunoby to my love list. And
I
then
heard-
Dre, I was like,
Nope.
Dre, what is that? I was like, Dre, what is that
Nope.
black tape on that man's arm? Dre, remember we had that conversation?
get
Yeah,
over here.
Yeah,
No.
we legit.
they had masking
Look,
tape on that man.
But here's the thing
Yeah.
that it's like now we actually have the pieces, but we still don't know what it's gonna be like. I
Yeah.
just got the PS1 and the electric went out. Like when I was a kid, that's what it reminds me of. The first night, the day after my birthday, I got the PlayStation, original PlayStation. I was
That
so
thing looked like a
excited.
VCR, bro. You remember how big it was?
Thing, man, when that thing opened up, real slow,
It
like
looked like a VCR.
I was like, damn.
Thought it was
Then that-
space age
That
technology.
music kicked in. Yeah. And the minute I turned that thing on, my electric went out.
Oh man.
Nope. Thunderstorms in Florida. I didn't have electric all night. I couldn't even play it.
Well, coach,
But it's sitting right there, just waiting to be played.
coach, if the Bucks have taught you anything, anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
If the Bucks have taught you anything,
Yo, and I asked that man to talk me off the ledge, and he on the ledge with me. This ledge, this ledge can't hold both of us,
He's
bro.
handing you a parachute.
Coach, you know how much weight the both of us are putting on this ledge?
We are definitely exceeding the weight limit on the elevator.
it's about 1.5 good meetings between the two of y'all, man. Y'all got.
I mean, every time I go into an elevator with a bunch of other people, they start looking around. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't worry, I ain't that big, man. Jesus.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like y'all gotta relax.
I mean,
You know
this
what I'm
says
saying?
2,000 pounds. I mean, we good, bro. So relax.
Yeah, they be thinking Final Destination when I get on the
like
elevator.
10 of me. Shit. You need like
Yeah,
10 of me.
man. Yeah, but my thing is though, is every time we get to the cusp of something happens. And the reason why I'm saying this because in 2021, right when we were about to get scorching hot, remember Mitchell Robinson got his hand caught up in Robin Lopez jersey, and then he wound up breaking his foot or something. Something weird happened.
Yeah.
Like right after the trade deadline or something. And you're like, God, dog it, bro.
Y'all sounded like a bunch of Met fans.
Like we were in this series last year
Or
with, like,
Jets fans.
with
Oh,
the
Every time
Eastern,
we get a quarterback.
with the eventual Eastern Conference champion, like, and we had some guy like our second best player hurt. Man, remember that? Yeah.
Bro.
Went to the finals and your franchise player, your greatest franchise player.
Yeah.
Couldn't
That
play.
too.
Yeah.
And then we had our chance to win our most recent chip. And all of a sudden, John Starks thought he was still a bag boy for a game.
Yeah.
Remember that old story about Starks? He used to be a bag boy at a grocery store.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He was Kurt Warner before Kurt Warner.
Man, yeah.
Except Kurt Warner got MVPs and titles.
And a Super Bowl or two.
Nah,
I hate Sam Cassell so much.
oh God.
Now you should hate Derek Harper. Derek Harper was blowing those assignments.
There we go.
Derek Harper was, but anyways, the thing with OG Anunoby that's frustrating to me is that when we got on the run, we got the sense of what the Knicks could be.
Yeah.
If everything went right, maybe we can catch Boston. And if you remember, in that moment, the Bucks fired their coach, right? And Joel Embiid was hobbling around. This is before they sat him down. Remember? Joel Embiid is hobbling around. He like, hey, he not playing. Remember, they booed him in Denver for not playing against Jokic.
Yeah.
And then so everything is looking like it's there for the taking.
We whooped
Denver. Then Juan Wick hurts Randall, and then OG Anunoby is out with a hangnail.
Tennis elbow.
Bro, it's frustrating. And listen, I'm venting about OG Anunoby right now. I like OG Anunoby as a player, but I'm frustrated as a Knicks fan that every time we get close, 2 step forward and was 1 step back. That's how opposites track. Remember the Paul Abdul song?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. Shout out to
What have
Paul
you
Abdul.
done for me lately?
With the Scat Cat, or what was his name?
Yeah.
I don't know the other guy. Some cartoon.
Yeah, and so when we think about these things in context of like the timeline of events, we were right there. All we had to do was stay healthy. We were right there. We were beating teams not off scheme, not off coaching, but just the athletes on the floor.
If we just have one of them right now, honestly, because OG could play the 4 for us right now if he had to.
Right.
But,
yeah, versatility wise. Yeah.
But now Precious, I mean, he'd be starting there.
Like the things that we get from Precious and like the things that we get from
and the thing is, technically right now, even iHeart's they're only letting iHeart play because they know he's a nut job and he's been playing with a hurt Achilles since he's been with us. They know his tolerance for pain. That's why they're pulling him so early. Have you noticed that in the games? Like
they're trying to ramp him up. Like they're not. Tibbs said out of the break they don't want to play him extended minutes like in a row.
Yeah, they're
like,
easing him back into it. And then like if we're
because my fault, coach, but like Tibbs would play a guy 15, 16 straight minutes without a break.
Yeah, I mean, and normally iHeart could handle that, but they're easing him back in, especially in most of the games, except maybe Boston. We started getting into control of the game a little earlier, and Sims wasn't screwing it up, so they let him stay out a little longer. They're like, all right, we can get away with sitting iHeart, let him rest his,
They need to sit. They just need to sit him and let him heal.
Yeah. But I think
because iHeart hadn't been a factor. Yeah, iHeart was on the floor against Luke Cornett. It wasn't a factor. He was out there against Al Horford and wasn't a factor. Right? If that man is 55, 60, 65% of himself, and you're going to make the playoffs, then why not just sit him and keep him healthy for the playoffs?
Yeah.
And so in theory, it doesn't guarantee that a freak accident won't happen if you do bring them back closer to 100%. But in theory, it seems like it should work.
Yeah. Well, in the end, we just got some Band-Aids on this ish, and luckily we have a pretty good surgeon doing some work, right now, because we got Brunson's kind of, if he ain't showing his worth now, this dude is. We're getting carried. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So, in the big scheme of things with this season, if we do wind up at a certain place where we all feel we could be if when we're healthy, we better sing our praises for this Brunson dude because he kept us afloat. And then Precious and Dante stepping up, you know. Some of these guys deserve a little extra attaboy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As long as the bottom don't fall
They
out.
deserve more porridge. Please,
Yeah.
sir. May I have more porridge?
Give him a second helping. He earned it, you know.
Yo, hey, coach, real quick though, because I gotta get out of here. I gotta do something else right after this. I'm gonna invite y'all to it too, in case you want to do it. But really quick, I think tonight is the night that we enter the grand stage when we play New Orleans, because they have stars that NBA fans like, and if we beat them, then I think it kind of pushes us further into that conversation. Coach, I'm about to do a vibes after this, man. You're welcome to come over and holla. Dre, all of y'all already know the vibe, but I'm gonna get out of here for right now. I'm gonna do like 30 minutes over there, and then I'm gonna say la vie and see everybody for the night. So thank y'all for coming out and rocking with us, man. I know it seems short, man, but I just got something to do early in the morning, and I won't even be able to watch the game because I got something to do during the game. You know, customers call. So thank y'all for rocking with us. Peace, everybody.